Oh, I'm here. Hey, Clint. How's it going, man? All right, all right, all right. I'm a little. Oh, I'm a little behind schedule here. Okay, so we'll give it another couple of minutes. Get a few people to join us here. We'll get rolling. Got a good lineup here. Clint, did you give me something? Ah, nothing from you. Very disappointed. Oh, I'm teasing. Altruez, always a reg, and always one of the first on. How's it going? Glad you guys are joining here. We've got this first one here. I've got some really nice work here from a new member, Major David, but he didn't give it to me in ways that work. So I've been trying to recreate it here. There's one count here I do like a lot. So another minute or two. All right, let's get going here. What is it? Oh, there's 34. All right. So I should do a couple things here real quick. Okay, let's get going. We've disclaim. First up here, I've got Bitcoin. So just a quick reminder here for any new people joining us, right, or people that come in wondering what this is all about. We've got people on X, people on YouTube, right? So all we're doing here is we're taking charts that are posted or suggestions of assets, because I don't always require that they post a chart, from members, right? Because I want to see what they're following, how they're approaching the technicals, are they applying the things that we're teaching, right? So it gives us a chance to get a look at how they're progressing with the material, whether they're members or not, right? And some are just, they're Elliott Wave enthusiasts, or they're fans of the way we approach the market, right? And they just get in and like to post and get some feedback. But for those watching, right, the point of this is to review, because we have a very specific methodology. It's a blend of, I guess you'd call it 4 different components here that give us what we believe to be an edge in swing trading, right? So most of what we're doing, this is really not for day traders, right? This is very much swing. I always tell people, 60 minutes and above. So if you're looking for, 5-minute live stream, what are we doing now? What are we doing now? What are we doing now? This is not a good fit for you. There's plenty of that out there. So as we sit here looking at this now, of course, we've how long have we been looking at this? Quite some time. When do we put in our top here? March 24th, right? So it's been a long sideways move here. Now this is a count here. I've just modified this. This came from Major David. He's doing some very nice work. I don't know if he's a free member or is just new, but I've not seen this handle before. But he's certainly got some Elliott Wave skills here, so he knows what he's doing. Very nice count, right? So interesting, right? So it's very hard to have any conviction into any particular count. But one of the things that he's done here that I like a lot, because I've talked about let me get over here. I've talked about this a couple of times. Let me get the alternate count up over here. you know, how do we deal with this 5, right? Is it a 5, right? Because we double up here. So hard not to call it a 5 here if I just, to be consistent, right? So you guys can all see that, right? So we're talking about this 5 here. So one thought that we've been considering the last couple of weeks here is that we have a truncated third. Now, most Elliotticians just absolutely hate that thought, right? Because it would be so unusual for an asset like Bitcoin to truncate in the 5th or the 3rd. No doubt, right? Very, very unusual. Okay, right. So, but we've got to deal with that 5 somehow, right? So this is an interesting way to approach it. I like what Major David has done here. It's a good use of it. So here's his count. But he didn't give it to me in a chart. I only have an image, so I can show it to you over here. I had to recreate it quickly. Oh shit! Now where did I put it? Here, over here. So he gave it to me on Binance. All right. So this is a nice way to do it. So you'd have to go A, B, C into a W here. A, expand the B, and then you can deal with that 5 here as a C of an A wave here. So we go A, B, C into an X. It's a little lopsided, right? We're getting lower lows, lower highs. So a little lopsided, but the premise would be, okay, we've got our X here, and we considered this count, for weeks before that, right? Again, it's a lot of times we're just going, okay, could be this, could be that, unsure because we have a double here, and this is, it's a bit, right? I mean, we all feel some conviction here that it's very reminiscent of a 4, although this count would give it to you as a perspective 2, right? So the larger count. Right, and this is, love it or hate it, right? Some people hate this about Elliott Wave. Other people, love this, right? So this would be, I got to put them somewhere. Oh, let's take this up a degree or 3 here. Let's go to something bigger, right? So one thought is we completed right here, right? It's perfectly valid, right? Perfectly valid. It's a little bit less. It looks a little bit less like a 2 because typically a 2. It won't be such a sideways correction here. And again, typically, all of these things are, I mean, they're worth considering, right? And having the screen time and having seen enough Elliott counts to know this, right? That would be unusual for a 2 to progress this way, particularly since per this count, right? If we have a 2 here, well, this would make sense. We were sideways here, sharp here. So for this thing to be starting as a 2, well, where would we anticipate a 2? A long way to go. So this for this to complete as he's got it labeled here, it would be a big C. All right. So you say, well, shit, does that even make sense? Well, let's see where we would be to get down here to a 50. Well, right, very, very common for a C, right? If it's not going to be 100, right? You've got levels of frequency, right? So the most common would be the 100 here. The second most, 1, 2, 3, 1, 1, 2, 7, 1, 3, 8, 2. And then right down here, 1, 6, 1, 8. So if this is going to go A, B, and we're going to get a full-throated impulse here, i.e., right, if we're going to get something like this, right, put us right into, the insanity that's coming, right? If you think it's not, you're mistaken, right? We have the insanity coming around the election and then the court battles that are coming after that, right? Guarantee you it's coming. So, right, that's the uncertainty, right? Might drive risk assets down as that gets sorted out in the courts most likely. Okay, right. So then now we're here. This would be right. Oh, look at that, January 5th, 6th, right? Maybe the crazy time is over, right? Now this is, I'm speaking with opinion there, right? We don't know, right? I'm not trying to forecast the future. I'm just saying the odds are very high that we're going to have we're going to have lack of certainty between the November 5th and January 5th. Right? We're going to have uncertainty, I would propose. So this count kind of, you look at that and you go, oh shit, man. I was buying up here in the high 50s and we're going down here to the 30s, right? Well, for Bitcoin traders, right, that's, just another day at the park. But certainly for anyone trading leverage, right, the liquidations here will be extreme. Now, again, we don't know this is coming, right? We don't know this is coming, right? So we have to consider an alternate. Well, how else might we do this? So one of the things about this count is that we're using the 3-4 here. Well, okay, right. Certainly that's one possibility here. And again, there's no certainty here. There's only, okay, what does it appear to be right now as a snapshot in time? I mean, it's hard to argue with this count. So what are your alternates? Well, one alternative, as we've looked at here, is just to come. Oh shit! Do I even have the? Here, let's go back to this one here. Right. This is 3, 4, 5 of 3. Right. That's what. Again, this is. I put a big question mark there because then this is all part of a 4. Right. So the potential being the 4. Now I'm on Blowfin. Right. They're our new sponsor here, so I don't have full. I can only go back to the first of the year. That's when they hit. That's when they hit TradingView here. But we know this would be essentially it would be 1, 2, right? And we're coming up for 3, 4, 5 of 3, right here. I'm probably losing you guys here, but the idea being here, if I come back to where he is right here, let's get back over here. Okay, is this a 1, right? Or are we still working through something higher? 3, 4, 5 yet to come. In one sense, right, as a bull and someone with, a fairly large stack of crypto, this is actually more bullish, right? If this is the 1, right, if you're anticipating much higher prices here, this is a much more bullish count to have the 1 in here and going for the 2, even though that's going to be very, very painful if indeed we're going to make a retracement that deep. Boy, does that set up. Well, I know we get a little porny here, or a little bull porn. Right, third would be up here at 350, 360. So for those of you that are looking at this going, oh shit, if that's a 1, oh God. Well, if you're in spot, right, and you can withstand the drawdown here, which, I'm not saying you shouldn't, but if you're in it, right, I mean, you pry the Bitcoin from my cold dead hands, right? I wouldn't be selling, I'd be buying if we're gonna go that far. But that's me, my circumstance is not yours, right? So everybody is gonna handle that a little bit differently. But if that's what we're doing for a 2 here, again, right, before you despair, consider where the 3 gets projected, right? We get out of the election insanity, right? We've got at least an interest point, a point of interest rates, right? We're going to have maybe 4 cuts. So we're a point lower, boom, boom, right? That's what I would see here is this. My opinion. You can say, well, that's your opinion, but does the technicals back it up? Well, I just took you through that. Could it do it? Yeah, well, absolutely. Right, so it's a nice use. I think he gave me the same count. He gave it to me 6 times, right? So Major David, next time is Dr. Albman gave you a little nudge, right? If you give me charts I can work with, right? Then I can work with your material rather than just your image. But I think I think they're the same in every count. I think they all have that. He gave it to me 6 times. I think they all have that 1. Yeah, they all have the 1 in, right? So his counts are all with the 1 in. So. Again, don't despair, right? Unless you're levered up to the hilt, which I would never suggest you do with Bitcoin, right? Why let yourself get squeezed out? Why do people do it, right? Greed. Simple as that. Simple as that, right? When you're right, yeah, sweet. So that's a really, very skilled approach here. I really like the note here, right? So this is someone who's not just winging it, right? Note, he's accounted for every swing. Every single one is accounted for. This is great work. Patience, discipline, consistency, right? And a little reminder of what it takes to be profitable in the markets over time. Patience, right? Thus, we're not looking at 5-minute charts, right? Patience, right? So long term. Discipline and consistency. Discipline is money management, right? So not letting something get away from you. And the consistency, well, the consistency of our approach is what we would tell you is the edge. Same approach, every chart, every time. That's our edge. I would propose to you that's our edge. So I'm just going to take a closer look here at this because this was kind of interesting here. So, right, again, it's always a good idea to have multiple counts, especially when we have this kind of uncertainty here. Well, of course, I'm going to guess many of you saw this. Oh, we had this in here, right? So if I zoom in there a bit, right? So there's our golden zone here to target, right? So you can see it's the same algo, right? Every time, always, right? It's the dominant algo in the market, right? It's always there. There is no time frame where you won't find it. There's no asset where you won't find it, right? Anything with any trading volume where the algos would be in there. There it is, right? So now so this is a candidate for a completed A wave, right? It's possible. This actually, one of my senseis here, Sensei Wonka, who many of you know, right? He's very active on Twitter and on our Discord. it's something he was suggesting here, that we've got a leading diag here. I like the thought here, because it would suggest here we go up for the B, right? Something up here. Oh, here, this is why I had this pulled up, right? So if we go up here, we go into a B wave here on the assumption that we've completed down here. If we're coming back up here, so the thought would be, right, and again, you're always, it's projecting, right, based on what we see, it would be something like this, right, up for the B, 3 into the B, we got a diag into the A, 3 into the B, coming down here for a C would put us down here to challenge this pivot in the low 40s. We'll see how that plays out. Right now, it looks like we've got a fairly good-looking start to the A wave here, an impulse. Oh, what do we got here? Let's go to a 1. 1, 2, working on the 3. Trying to get an impulse here of an A, B, C into that B, right? Could go higher. There's not a lot to hold it up here. There's very little. This order block here got jacked, right? So, yeah, this has been tapped, right? There's nothing unmitigated up here of the algo to get up here and take care of, right? So you might see something like this. There's nothing in this, right? There's a fair value gap here, but this tagged it. All of this is just chopped. There's nothing up here that it needs to go up there and tap, right, to rebalance. So I'd be watching for this right now. If we get through this, right, good news, right? But it's really got to go up here and sweep this high before you start thinking about something along these lines. We're thinking, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we'd be revisiting all of this, maybe ABC. The one thing that I think is we can all agree at this point, right, and I was kind of alluding to this for the last couple of weeks, it's very, very hard to get a bullish read off of this. I know we all want it, and if we do something, if we explode up here, oh, perhaps we're back here revisiting this. But right now, this just looks like it's a big 3, right? So, if again, I'm never here to say that's what it is. I'm here to say, okay, well, based on what I can see here right now, it would be very, very hard to look at this as anything other than a 3, i.e. corrective, i.e. lower prices, right? So the next big target would be this pivot down here. All right, that's the target. If we're coming down, if. Okay. All right, warming up. Okay, thanks for that, Major David. I love your work. Very well done. Very well presented. Just next time, just follow what's pinned in this channel, right? So you can give me a chart I can work with, right? I can dig into it a little bit more. But love your work. Okay. Oh, Grant F. Hey, man. Hey, I haven't seen you for a while. Grant F. is giving us NVAX, right? So one thing about Grant F. is you're always going to get a complete plan with him. Oh, shit. Well, I should probably mention this here early on here as people are joining us here. We extended our Labor Day sale, so we still have this going on, right? For those of you that are interested in this technical approach and want to get into a real course where we're going to test you and challenge you, well, that would be the belt bundle. That's the best bang for the buck, right? But you can go individual belts as well. Everything's essentially 50% off here, right? So there's my promo for the day. Okay, all right. So here's a complete, right? As I said, right? He's always going to give you a complete trading plan. Right, because he's thoughtful about it, right? He's not just going, oh, fuck, buy it here. Like, right? Every chart he posts, right? That's his edge, right? So now, is he going to get all of this? It remains to be seen, but you can see it's well thought out, right? So here's the first, right? The premise being, okay, we know if this holds, we got 80% odds of getting there. I'll take that 80% any day. Now, what if it takes longer? Here, I'm still here, right? That would be if we're going to get a wave 3, there's your 1.618. Right, so the thing that he adds, which is just an enhancement, right? He uses everything that we're teaching, right? He's just adding the harmonics, which is just a series of fib relationships. So here we get a beautiful Gartley here, the one golden zone. So what are we anticipating next, right? All right. So, of course, it could happen here. Right, we could get there sooner, right? This is kind of what did he give me? Give me a 2 hour. Well, let's take this to a 4, right? Could come sooner. He's looking at the 1 on the idea if this is going to be, so why is he using the 1? If this is a 1, 2, well, this would be a reasonable target because that's where we can say, well, at least it's longer than 1. Now, if we were to do it here, Now, think this through because this is important. All right, if we do it here, if we got an impulse here, you're not thinking that's the 3. You're, well, obviously, right? Well, I shouldn't say obviously. If you studied Elliott Wave, right, you would know, okay, well, that's not the 3. All right, so what is it likely to be? All right, we can 2, and we're going to do it this way, right? So we're going to get 1, 2, 3. This would be the 1, right? This would be a reasonable target. Again, it's nothing. No rocket science here, right? So we sweep the high, right? If we're going to sweep a high, rarely, if we're doing something like this, are we going to do this, right? It's not that it doesn't happen, but we're not likely to do that. Usually, this would be external range liquidity, right? Again, we go from internal to external. What they do down here, swept some liquidity, right? You can see it now. You know, all the ICT, those fanboys, right? They all call it a turtle soup, which, you know, is not an ICT original, right? That goes way, way, way back. You know, it's a riff off of the Turtle Traders, and then Linda Ratchke, you know, kind of came up with her own variations, but, you know, ICT, right, is kind of claimed as, although I do think he does credit them with this, right? He's not a complete thief, but thief adjacent. Right, so, okay, so 1, 2, so let's label it. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that's what we're looking for. Now, you note you have another set of median lines in here, right? Right, you got a golden. Well, do I have a golden here? Yeah, I think I do. So you got a golden with a golden. Do I have one? No, I don't. All right, so this is deeper than a 618, right? This is a, so where did he pull that from? Well, almost doesn't matter, right? So the first premise is if this holds, right? Again, the key to it is, does this hold? Right, if this holds, get you right up on here, and this holds, right? So I've got two significant pivots, right? This has to hold for this larger one to stay intact. Yes, right? You would anticipate, right? We know, I'd like to think I don't have to go over that again, right? We know that's an algo, right? So, all right, so I've got a significant pivot here. Well, that pivot, so I've got a golden corner here. Right? I've been teaching this for 6 years, right? 80%. Did I mention that you've got 80% odds here? How many trades are you in right now with 80% odds of getting to their target? 80%. I'm going to guess if you're unless you're in something with median lines basing, none. You don't have any that have 80% odds. Now, if you do, post them. Let's take a look at it. But right now, I know I got 80% odds of getting there. So let's do that's a 4-hour. Let's go to a 1. Well, what if the 5 is complete here, right? See, this is the logic of Elliott Wave that we try to stress this every week, right? This is the advantage of it, right? Because I can look here and go, okay, well, do I have a completed 5, right? I mean, the genius of Elliott Wave. Oh, what are we going to do here? Let's do it this way. Is 5s and 3s, right? It's as simple as that, right? You know, I know it's as old as time, right? But oh, fine, you know, this shit doesn't work anymore. It's got to be, you know, every other crazy thing, right? Anything but what's been proven for 90 years. Anything but that, right? Because that's too old, right? I got to have the new happening stuff, right? Because this shit doesn't work anymore. Okay, so what if that's complete there? That is not bad news. Now you look at that and you say, hey, man, I thought you said it had 80% odds of getting there. Okay, slow down. We're not there yet, right? But what matters to this whole technical setup, right? If you want to call it a model, right? That's the language of the time, right? If you want to call this an entry model, well, I got 5 completed there. Not going to be the 3. This is actually more bullish, right? Because where's the target for the 3? Let's draw it up here. Here's the target for the 3. We can get this off now. Because looking at that, it looks like I've got a completed 5. So what am I, right? What am I anticipating next? Right, it's just same thing every time. Oh, well, what could that be? Well, this like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So all this is just got to put them somewhere. Right? I'm just sticking them up there because I got to put them somewhere. Okay, right? Is that a 1 wave? Working on the 2. Got some imbalance down here. Could go deeper, right? It's not like it couldn't go deeper here. We just know that an algo is going to fire there. That's all we know, right? Doesn't mean it can't get through, but we know it's going to be there waiting, just like it was here waiting to fire. Okay, if we come into the 2, well, okay, right? I know for some of you it's like, oh, Jesus, dude, right? God, you've been over this so many times. But we have new people, right? So here that's the premise, right? Okay, if I can get right here, what would I have then? On top of all of this, I'd have a golden within a golden within a golden, right? The 80% doesn't leave town just because you've got it one time. Until those are hit, it's there on every one of these, those same odds, unless one of these pivots breaks. As long as it's intact, what do I have? Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high. How high are we going? We're going to get the 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? We can track it. If it does, see, here's the, again, another, I don't think people that are new to LA Wave to think it through. If it doesn't do this, if it doesn't do that, what does that tell me? Right? That this read on the market, this price action here is not looking accurate, right? So it might be A, B, maybe I've got a C here, A, B, C. Maybe I've got an ABC here. Well, if I get an ABC here and I start to come down, right? Again, I can put this together based on rules and guidelines. Well, then, whoa, this is corrective, not impulsive. So I can adjust accordingly. What do I get here? So it's a constant process of if not this, then that. And if not that, then this. So right now, there's no reason to anticipate anything other than we've got break of structure, break of structure, break of structure, final break of structure, right? Now, we did not get the big one, right? So here's the one that remains, right? That remains. Oh, fuck, where are you? All right, so I've got a break of structure up that remains. So until that period of time, I am just in this algo box here. We can do it this way, right? So here, right? So we've got, okay, if here's the 50%, right? So where do we want to buy it? Again, I know it seems like, dude, right? Come on, it's too simple, right? Don't insult my intelligence. Well, again, I'm reviewing for many. Okay, we want to be buying in the discount, right? Just cut it in half, right? Okay, buy it on sale. Here's retail price. Do we want to pay above or below? It's okay. Where was? Oh, I was for my first guy, Major David. Patience, discipline, consistency. I think those are his 3, right? This requires patience. You got to be patient and wait for that, right? There may not be a trade every day if you're trading on, 60 minutes and above. Now you're diversified enough, you're likely to find something. But okay, if you're trading Novavax, which I have no fucking idea other than they sound like they're pharmaceutical. If I'm trading Novavax, right, and that's the second point here, I don't care what they are. I don't care. I have zero opinion about that. I don't care because the technician's first premise is that all the fundamentals are factored into the price. Right now, if they're waiting for FDA approval of some drug, right, that's kind of a different story here. But as we look at the price action, I could care less what it is. Right, a chart's a chart. Right, they all trade exactly the same way. Why? How can you say that? Because people respond to fear and greed the exact same way. Right, that's why these patterns repeat. Greed, fear, greed, greed, fear, greed, fear, greed, fear. Right, same thing over and over and over again. All right. So can I buy it down here in the discount? Well, I'm interested. Do I want to sell it up here? Do I want to buy it here? Well, this is what retail does, right? The inexperienced trader. I shouldn't say it that way. This is what the inexperienced trader does. Retrace. Oh, the retrace is in. Oh, so off to the moon. Well, it's not that that's not possible. It's just not probable. What do we know, right? So before any, let's say it this way here. I'm kind of mixing a little TA here. Before any move higher, there has to be has to is the wrong word. There's a very high probability there's going to be some sort of liquidity sweep, right? That's how they grab the liquidity, right? If the algos want to take it higher, how do they do that? Right? At the size that they're trading, they need to grab some of the liquidity. Where are the stops going to be? I mean, we can all look at this and say, okay, well, it's reasonable to deduce that the stops are going to be down here at these swing lows, right? So can we come down here and grab some of this? And then if we start going up, right? If we start going up, this is where retail traders get this is where FOMO kicks in. Oh shit, it's going, right? They think it's going to go in a straight line. A, B, right? 5s and 3s, right? It seems like, oh, come on, man. It can't be that fucking simple. Come on. Look at 100 charts. You tell me if it can't be that simple. Just go through them, right? Look for your impulses. What happens after the impulse? We're waiting for this, right? So now I'm buying it with an algo, right? Again, this requires patience, consistency, and discipline. I'm patiently waiting for a 3 to shape. If it doesn't come, I don't take the trade. I don't force something. I know what I'm looking for, right? So you could think of this as an entry model. I know I'm looking for the sweep of these lows. Then I'm looking for the retrace up here. This is what FOMO, right? That's the FOMO leg. And then I'm looking for one more sweep down here to get all the people that took the B wave here, to get them out of the market and get them discouraged and frustrated. So when it come down here, they're like, fuck, I'm not buying that. And then we get that. Kind of how it works. All right, if you haven't been through that cycle, well, it's just a matter of time before you are. You will experience this, right? That B wave, because it's like, oh, it's going, man. I know it's going. Fuck that TA. Fuck those pattern shit. Fuck that stuff. Fuck it. I'm buying it. It's just what happened there? No patience, no discipline, no consistency. That's how you get bent over by the market, because the market makers, algos are written to take advantage of that fear and greed. That's how it happens. So, right, you might say, okay, if I'm going to trade this, I'm going to have to wait. People don't like to wait, right? Everybody wants a Lambo now. Okay, nice work there, Grant. Oh shit, let me go back to his daily, what he gave me there. How many of these, right, does he need to hit to have a fabulous year? Is it going to be Novavax? Novavax? No idea. That's 20 to 1. Oh shit, maybe I got this wrong here. Did I bump his stuff? Maybe I did. I may have bumped it. I didn't think I did. Oh, it looks like it's locked. Okay, right, so, but that's the idea, right? So you added 20 to 1. He hits 1 or 2 of those a year. He's going to have a good year. Okay, thanks, Grant F. All right. Dr. Dr. Alban, you gave me something. Okay, right, got it. Okay, so there's, next up, I got Jamie here. Let's get Jamie on Nova. I want to save that one because I want to trade that. I've traded more than a few things that Grant has posted, right? Because I can't watch everything, right? I get some of my best ideas. Some of my best trades come from these live streams from the members, which I would hope is part of the point that you guys would tune in here. You can't watch everything, right? And now you're getting free TA applied to, asset might be of interest to you. Okay, so this is Jamie. Jamie, I'm just going to do this real quick here just to brighten these up a little bit so we can see them all better. And I'm just going to go to a color palette here that I'm used to, right? So I can see it. 1, 2. All right, so this is good, right? Oh, it's so nice to see some FX here. It's always so surprised how little FX we see over here, but here's a beauty, right? You want to see some good Elliott Wave, right? Pull up some FX charts. Okay, right? So there's 1, 2, right? So we can okay, I got a range here. Broke the range. What happened? Retrace. Well, that's a bumpy start there, isn't it? Jesus, what are you doing with that? Those little fuckers are kind of annoying, but it's okay. Well, so what would you do there, right? Well, one of the first things you do is say, okay, well, let's measure it. Right, where do they usually go? I swear to God, I did not know that. Right, where's the highest probability location for a wave 3? I could probably show you 25 charts here that do the exact same thing. Bitcoin, gold, the ES, right? It's not that hard, right? Okay, well, where do they usually go? Well, it's different this time. It's different with the euro yen this time. Okay, so pretty good looking 3 there. Candidate for a 3, right? We don't, it's kind of a bumpy ride to get there. But at least that would give me some sense of, okay, well, that's pretty abrupt. Well, this looks good here. 1, 2. This looks better here, but we got a very sharp 4, which would make me, I might do it this way. A, B, C, right? We still would be very, very close to that range. We'd still be in the pocket here. But A, B, C, I think for pure Elliottian, right? You're going to be looking for a 3 here. Well, you might be able to do it. A, B, waterfall, C. Yeah, that's a little wacky there. Likely news driven there. It's the downside of FX. Every fucking day, you're like, what's the latest report? Because it's going to move the market. Right, so it's very report driven. Okay, well, so we have potentially now, this is, you know, just a potential liquidation zone here. Do we have the 5? Okay, so again, this is a little bumpy to get up there. There's a 4. A little skinny. Okay, well, let's just go with his count, right? So the idea is we're looking for a 4 to come in here. We've got 5 down. Well, here it is, right? There it is right there. We got an A. What did you give me there? That's, I think you're just pulling there. These are black, right? That's it. Okay, right? So here's the range, right? Here's the 100. Here's the 236, right? So he's looking for a reaction down here. He's got a, what do we got here? Why do we have that? Oh, I see. Okay, right? So he's got this range here, A, B, right? Is a candidate down here. So he's looking to trade. This is nice now that I can follow it. Okay, right? So we got an A wave here, looking for an ABC. Again, right? 5s and 3s, right? It's not that hard, right? Okay, so we're looking for 3 to come down here. Oh, what are we calling that? Do we have a, let's try an 8-hour. Why is he pulling that? It looks like he's looking for an order block there. Okay, or it's not a, oh, no, it's not, right? It's not a fair value gap unless I'm going down here to a 4. Maybe I can find something there. So remember, an order block has to grab liquidity, right? So I would put it right here. Right, we need the sweep of liquidity to call it an order block, right? So which you get right here, and then we go up. So coming into that, right, looks quite good. So we're coming right into the golden zone at the 50% point right here of this order block, right, or demand zone, or if I could call it what you want, right? A, B, C of a B. Now, right, A, B, C. This looks like A, B, fuck. I have to just WXY. It looks like you got a little bit of a WXY here. So this looks like 3 A, B, C, D, E, A, B, C, WXY into the A wave. B, now looking for C. So I think I can get away with that if my Elliott wizards aren't going to scold me for that one. I think we can go WXY into the A, B, C, looking for this to come down here, right? So now, when you get down here, right, what are we looking for? Well, okay, so remember, we always want to look for some sort of liquidity sweep here. So you might want something along these lines right here. You want something to get swept. Maybe they take it lower. We don't know, right? If it's going to hold the algo, then you'd be looking for something like this, right? You want it to come up here and sweep this high, right? That would give you some sense of conviction. Okay, otherwise, how do we know? Otherwise, you're like, well, fuck, there it is. Oh, right, it just keeps going, right? There has to be some objective way that you define that the low is in, right? So if it doesn't take out this little sweep here, how are you going to know, right? You're just going to do it randomly. Oh, I make it, 50 pips. Oh, but I make it 60 pips. Oh, but I make it 40 pips, right? You're just stroking yourself, right? It has to be objective. Right, the price action has to dictate when the correction is over, right? So this has to come back this direction and take this out, right? Now we can lock in that we have a low, right? So you're looking for that one, right? Now let's zoom in there, right? So we just talked about this, right? We want to see some liquidity swept. So first thing we want to do is confirm the low, right? So if I do it this way, oh fuck, here, let's go this way. If I do it this way, here now with this sweep here, now that gives me conviction that I have the low is now in. Okay, well, I don't want to just necessarily buy it here, right? It's a more conservative, patient, disciplined. Okay, I've seen a sweep of liquidity here. Well, now I want to see another sweep right here, right here, right? That's why we wait for the 3. Now maybe there's a demand zone or something to give you a little conviction down here. Something to say, okay, I see what just happened here. Swept here, right? Because that's what brings in the breakout traders, right? Well, let's just call them inexperienced traders. They're going to take that, right? Then they're going to hear this is the one. Oh, the correction's over. Nope, right? Because we're waiting for that sweep, and now we go. So what do we got? All right, oh, come here. All right, then we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's the idea. You don't have to sit here and pick the turn. You never, ever, ever, ever have to do that. I know, right? It looks good on your whatever you want to post it on, right? Or just for your own ego. Look at that. I nailed the turn. It took me years to get over that habit. Years, right? Of going, God damn it, I can get that low. I'm going to pick that low. I was so arrogant to think that, and then I realized that why do I need to do that? How many losses do you have to take here before you get stopped out? Before something else happens, you realize, God damn it, why am I trying to pick the turn? Why don't I just let it confirm and take this one? If I take this one, what's my risk? We do this every week here, so sometimes I feel like, oh God, please, dude, shut the fuck up. Right? Okay, so then here, look at my risk. I'm going to go back to Major David all day long. Patience, discipline. There's my stop. Consistency. All right, if I wait for this little entry model, right, which is, you could call this SMC, but it's an A, it's a B. Pardon me, it's a 1, it's an A, B, C into a 2. You want to think of it as just SMC and ICT and all, that's so popular right now. Okay, right. You can't trade Elliott Wave without trading market structure, right? You can't do it. It's the OG of market structure, right? But nobody likes to admit that because this is your grandfather's TA, right? As I remind you, right? It can't be any good. It's old. What do the old folks know? What are the people that have been around the market for 30 years? What do they know? I like that 26-year-old over here who's been in the market for 12 months, and he's teaching now. He's got a mentorship and a paid markets. Right. Careful who you give your money to. Okay, right. So that's good work here on the euro yen, right? But just show a little discipline, show some patience, consistency, discipline. Right. Take the now. Here's just final piece of this. Don't move the stop. Oh, I see it. Oh, it's going to be, I see it. Oh, I guess this was wrong. It's A, B. Oh, and this is going to be the 3, 4, and we're going lower. I see it. Okay. Well, they're going to sweep that low, and then it'll pounce, right? When your stop was right here, and now it's here. No, right? Everybody does it. We've all done it. I've done it more times than I care to admit. I don't do it anymore, right? Because I've done it so many times. Just take the stop, and just thank the stop. Thank you for not letting this happen. Thank you. He stopped at his job. Simple, right? Simple, but easier to say than it is to do. Why? Because people are emotional about money. You could really make a claim that there's nothing more emotional than your money at risk. Sorry, honey. Oh shit. Oh shit. I'll be right there in a minute. Fuck. I'm not going to tell her about that one. Don't be that guy. Jamie, I think I got 2 from Jamie. Okay, so let's go back here. Oh, so I can come back here where he gave it to me. Glad to see some FX in here. I'm always surprised that people don't trade more FX, right? Because you can really size into it according to your risk tolerance. Let's save that one. What did you give me here? Jamie. Oh, and I got the dollar yen, right? So 2 FX, right? I'm glad to see that. I don't know why people have resistance to it, right? You could trade the very minis. Okay, I've got a car here. I'm going to do this here again. Just old brain. Get to something I can see. Okay, right. So I know that Elliott Wave shit, it doesn't work anymore. Okay, all right. So we've got nice impulse here off the low, right? Nice long too, right? Okay. What is it they say? I know there was something they said about some alternating between 2s and 4s. Yeah. Long sideways, sharp. Sideways, sharp. If you want to see textbook Elliott Wave, FX. Well, you tell me. Is it hard to spot the 5s and 3s here? Is this hard to spot? Now this, right, little, you'd have to have some degree of sophistication here. You might put it here. 1, 2, pick your 3, 4. That's a little tricky, right? But granted, right, this is a little tricky, right? There could be many little stop outs here. There's no question, right? This is a tricky section here, right? Oh shit, do we have any algo play in there? Oh, I don't need to be in log scale here. Geez, how would you W, X, Y, X, A, be, well, that's not the cleanest of Elliott here. You might put it here because we've got we don't get a lower low here. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5. Right, so that can fly, right? The reason I'm not spending a lot of time here is because we got a good 3. Now again, just out of curiosity, right? Now I do not know the result here, but I'm always curious. Like, where do they go? Where does it go? Well, this one we didn't hit our right in the pocket. It's a little bit high, so my guess would be that's going to be relative to something else, right? It's going to be related to something else. That's all-time high there. So we didn't get to the tick there. I don't think this would be too far gone. Well, let's look at the 4. All we're trying to do is, right, how consistently is this trading relative to the things that we look for? Well, there's a little front run on the 50, right? And FX is very, very, very common to see a front run. Very, very common. Let's get that off of here. See a little front run, and you could see, maybe perhaps, right, it's reacting to this little, that wasn't fully mitigated here, right? You'd like to see it to the 50 to fully mitigate it, right? So we get down here, we don't sweep the low, off we go. Sharp, 2 sharps there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of a 5 of a 3. Is that right? Where'd that 3 come from? Oh, let's see. He's pulling it from back here. Okay, so the degrees are mixed up. Okay, so let's go to intermediate here. Okay, 1, 2, 1, 2. So he's got a candidate here for a big 3. That's interesting. Okay, so let's go to a 3-day. Pretty bold. Who gave me this? This is Jamie, right? It's Jamie. Pretty bold. Okay, now I'm curious, right? Again, curious. Don't know. Second most common. 1, 2. All right, if it's not going to be this one, right, second most common. Interesting. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, where are we now? Right, there's trades galore here. Now, hopefully, one thing you're noticing is that it's the same way every time. Okay, so what do I got here? This is, let's go back to a daily. That doesn't look like much, right? Does that look like it could be the B? Well, it could be. That would be atypical, right? Why do we want to trade? Why do we want to be atypical? Oh, shit. We don't. No reason. What's more likely, right? Now, again, when I say that, I don't know what's coming here. Nobody, 0 people know what's coming, right? But that would be more typical, right? So this would be, if you're going to trade into the C here, this is a much better trade, right? Again, I don't mean to insult your intelligence, but just as a reminder, right? We want to sell in the premium. Do we want to sell here? But what if it does that? Okay. What if it does? So you're not on board that trade, right? Where would your stop be here? Where would your stop be here if you're going to sell this? Here, right? You want it up here so I can define that risk, right? Patience, right? Got to have patience here because, oh shit, that thing's going down. Patience, discipline, consistency. Oh man, I love it when I get a theme, right? Thanks for that one, Major David. Okay, right, so I've got one. Oh, what are we doing here? I don't know. Are we going to go sweep this low? Maybe. Could that work? A, B, C? Yeah, it could work. What am I anticipating if I come off of that? I'm looking for a 5. So if we're going to come down here, why would it come down here, right? To sweep that liquidity. Where are the stops, right? Does anybody have any doubt in their mind about where the stops are? Anybody? No. No. We all know where the stops are. We know pretty much every launch is always going to come from some sort of sweep of liquidity. You see it here, see it here, you see it here, right? Almost always, right? It's the same thing at the tops. It's always there, right? We're going to sweep, right? That's why I keep reminding breakout traders, don't be that guy. Who's buying that? I can call them retail. I can just say inexperienced traders, right? You don't do that, right? You're the liquidity, right? If you don't know where the liquidity is, you are the liquidity, right? As the saying goes, right? If you don't understand what's happening there, you're not long for the markets until you accept that. Like, oh shit, I don't want to buy that. If you were buying that, where are you buying? Take that range, right? Are you buying in premium or discount? I know it seems like, but come on, man, it's retarded, right? Obviously, right? But I promise you, people bought that on the assumption it's going to blast off, right? That's what they do, right? So what are we looking for here now? Again, if you're in our belt system, right, and you're going for your purple belt, we only let you trade 3s and Cs, but to force consistency, patience, and discipline, right? So we're going to make you focus only on 3s and Cs, because if you can't do that, then you're not off to a good start. If you can't do that simple task, right, and just isolate, because we're going to give you the highest. Those are the money waves. That's why we do it that way. Right? Can't pass unless you're doing 3s and Cs, right? You got to submit those. Now you can paper trade them, but we're gonna hold you to submitting the record of your trades of 3s and Cs. When you've done that, right, then you can pass. All right. So hang on, I'm gonna turn my AC down. Okay, I'm back. I know I have a 45-second lag with you guys. Holy shit, are you guys still lagged? Holy shit. Are you guys still on Grant Fs? Holy shit, that doesn't look right. Is that possible? You guys are still on Grant Fs? God, that would be a serious lag. Check your encoder keyframe. Oh, man. That doesn't look right to me. You guys can't still be on his. Oh, I'm looking on YouTube. It looks like you're still on Grant F. God, that was fucking a long time ago. Let me refresh that, see if that does anything. Oops. Oh, I may have just fucked up there. Hang on, guys. I may just. No, there we go. Oh, fuck. I hope I didn't just blow you guys up. Oh, I may have just fucked up there. I hit refresh because it looked like you guys were snagged. Uh-oh. I may have just fucked you guys up. Somebody comment if anybody's there. Shit. I didn't stop the stream, but I may have fucked you guys up there. Oh, shit. I can't tell. Maybe I shouldn't hit refresh. Did I fuck it up? I might have. I can't tell. You on YouTube. Let me see. Did I fuck you guys up? I might have. I can't tell. Let me get back to the chat. Okay, there you guys are. Okay, I'm on the YouTube chat. Did I fuck you guys up? I might have. I can't tell. Okay, I think, oh shit, I can't get back to the chat. Okay, there you guys are. Okay, all right, Jamie, so we're back. Okay. All right, so let me get rid of this so I don't have feedback. Okay, you guys were stuck like 30 minutes back, so I just hit refresh. But I hope I didn't lose anybody. Okay, carrying on here. Let's get back to the point. Dollar yen, this great contribution. Thanks, Jamie. All right, so we know where the next trade is, right? You're gonna have to have patience. Okay. So I got Jamie's are covered. Okay, Ben B wants SMH. I think he's talking about the ETF. Oh shit! Here, this is him. Okay, so let's go to SMH. Yeah, I was just in this trade. That's funny. I must have been something I was in off of a live stream. Okay, let's go out. Oh, and here, let's go out to a daily. Semiconductors. Okay, right, so we can see what's happening here. What do we got on here? Okay, so he's got a bunch of, oh shit, I don't even know what this is coming from. This is Lex Algos. That's not a bad one. They've kind of grown on me. They're kind of, I don't know. But it's not bad, right? So we can use this. So VanEck, okay. Right. Well, this is a nice example, right? So if we're gonna label this, right? If we're gonna label this, right? We can see our changes of character, breaks of structure right here. Okay, a couple of things we can see, right? So right off the bat, right? Here's the sweep of liquidity, right? So it always comes from that. So we can label this here. So 1, 2, 3. There's clearly the 4, 5, right? So we go 1. This is shallow 2. Looks to me like that's 3, 4, 5. All right. So let's now slow down, right? Now, so I'm not positive, right? Maybe the 3's here, right? You gotta put them somewhere. But then I look here, it doesn't look like I have enough room there. Oh, let's take this one off. Here, let's do this. I'm going to remove indicators, right? This is the one that I use, right, for a couple of reasons here. That's more than I want. Okay, so let's just focus over here. Okay, 1, is that my 2? Could be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That's going to be 1. So let's now do the subdivision. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, all right, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's the 1. Let's turn this off for a second. Do I want to do that? Do I need it, right? So that's what you're asking yourself. Do I need this as a 1, 2? Because that looks like that's a 1. So I've got another 1 here. 1, 2, 3. Could that be the 4 of the 5? Let's just be a big extension, right? So here, just on the fly, which hopefully, right, is the reason to do it this way and not have all of this worked out, is so you guys get the thought process, right? Not that, it's just for what it's worth, right? This is my thought process, right? You take it, leave it, but hopefully you learn something from it. Okay, so could this be the 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1. Yep, could be. 2. Could that be the 3? Well, okay, so this is, note, right? It's the same process every time. Let's see, how far did it go? Right? Could good candidate here. Well, here's the high probability. It looks like it's just shy of the 2618, which is a good extreme. So we can look again. Okay, did we sweep here? No, we did not, right? So we've got a good candidate. Oh, let's do no X here, right? So we've got a good candidate for a 1, 2, 3. Now, first you got to look at it and say, okay, oh shit, could it be here? You got to look at it a little bit and say, oh, 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, but that would be a truncation. Doesn't quite work. Let's dig in there a little bit. Is it here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, well, if that's the case, what have I got there? Or so how would we go about deciding? Well, okay, if it starts here, what's the depth of the retracement? Right now, this isn't. Oh, somebody gave me. Oh, let's just do all of them, right? So where do I go here? Right to the 50. Okay, well, 50 kind of leaves you like, oh, it could be either, right? Could be a 2. That would be a big fucking extension in the 5th. But let's try it on for size. That's really what I'm doing here. Let's try this on for size. Let's see how we look here. Okay, so if that's it, okay, how's the channeling? Immediately, what's the most uncomfortable here is this. So as I look at that, the 2, right, is problematic here. So do I have to do it this way? Right. So again, this is welcome to making the sausage. Okay, here. Right, do I want to do it this way? 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, right. That's a shitty looking 1. Do I have to finish it that way? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe. Well, what would be the next thing I would check? Another 50. So we go 50, 50. Well, it's certainly much deeper there. Okay, right. So again, we're just going through the thought process. Okay, if this is 1, 2, can I get this as a 1? Right. I still would have a shitty 2. Let's take that back down here. Can I get it? Can I get it to work there? Do I have to do it this way? Right. This is the struggle the elitician goes through, right? So what makes sense, right? Eventually, you'll get to something where you'll go, okay, that seems to play pretty well. Okay, let's get the channeling involved, right? Oh, fuck, come here. All right, how's the channeling look here? If I'm here, right? So if I'm here, right, I'm obviously overlapping here, so I'm going to clone this, bring it down 1. Am I good at half, right? It's okay. 1 WXY into that 2, right? So we'd have a sideways 2, right? You're looking for that alternation, right? So sideways, sharp. I'm not sure we've got a C there. You might put it here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of that 3 could be there, right? So then we've got a, that seems to play. Okay, so then the next thing, right? So you're checking the relationships, right? So how do I do here? 38. Okay, so a good candidate for a 4. Whoops. Oh, pardon me. We looked at that. That was a 50, right? So could be a 4, right? So certainly a candidate. Okay, we're putting it together. All right, 1, 2, 3. We don't overlap here. So 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. Big rip in the 5. Well, all right, so one of the things we want, when you get an extension in the 5th, right, again, this just comes from just experience, right? I'm doing this for a long time. Let's take 1 through 3 and project from the 4. I can get it on there. It's not clear here. Candidate. Do I need to be in log scale here? What's my low here? 80. I don't, actually. It's 4 times the range, so I don't need to be in log scale. Okay, so let's change that a little bit, because log scales can be a pain in the ass. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Well, okay, so let's do a quick, I'm really getting in the weeds here. Let's consider this, right? If we're doing something like this, am I done here? Is this 1, 2? Well, let's consider that. All right, again, I'm really taking you through the sausage making here. Oops. Let's try it this way. So this would be completed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Up here potentially. A, B, C. Is that it? All right, let's look. All right, girl, let's put it in blue, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Little trunk. That might be it. Starting to look a little bit better. Okay, so because what's part of what's guiding me here is I want to see that good channeling, right? I want to see all self-contained impulses within that channeling, right? Now sometimes you got to double it, but 1, 2. All right, so now what would I be doing on the big one? I'm going to have to bring it down here. So that you're going to lose it on the 2, right? So you're losing the good channeling on the 2. So let's just consider what else we can work with here. I don't know what I'm going to get here. So that's too narrow, already hit. So there's your 80%, right? Already tagged. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4. Can I do it this way? How do I look here? That one's getting a little pushed. So what I don't like is the tiny 2 relative to this, but maybe stuck with it. Just checking, just measuring. Okay, now starting to get there, right? So 1, 2, what high probability location for a 3? What do we hit? To the tick. All right, so, all right, just putting it together, a little bit of trial and error. Look, how does this look? How does this look? How does it look? Where's the channeling? How does it look? Where do they usually go? What's the high probability rate? Okay, 3, 4, A, B, C. What do we do, right? Always, we want to look for a sweep of liquidity before we go higher. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3. Okay, right, so the one area, right, that I'm still just a tiny bit ill at ease with is this, right? That, right? It's so tiny. But then I get an impulse, then I get a correction, then I get an impulse, then I get a correction. So sometimes it's like, Elliott Wave's it's not perfect symmetry every time. Okay, so let's look at the potential for the 4. Let's go here. 38. Are we done? I'm assuming A, B, waterfall, C, which would lead to, right, just simple deductive reasoning. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, shit. Get up there. Okay, 1, 2. All right, let's zoom in there. 1, 2. The fuck? A, B, C, something like that. Wonder why it stops there. Well, there's 2 things I can look at right here, right? So we've got unmitigated order flow right here. We're not to the 50 yet. You don't think that's part of it, do you? Algo stepping in here, right, as we tap this. We didn't get to the 50. I wouldn't mind seeing that a little bit lower, but there it is on the 4 hour. So what do I have here? I've got a candidate, just a candidate. 80% odds, right, if this holds. Now, we didn't quite get golden. And we didn't quite get the 50% of this, right? So this is still remains to be seen. This could be AB or 1, 2. We need a little rollover. Let's go to a 60. One more little rollover to get down here. I.e. something like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Get in the pocket here. Then this would look a little bit better. Then I'd have a golden. Right, I may not get it, but I'll look for it, right? 80%. 80%. Right, very low risk. Now you could wait for a pivot here to get swept, right? And then you go. A, B, 1, 2, 3, Jesus, 4, 5, right? That's gnarly. C. 1, 2, right? Let's wait and see, right? I would just be watching this one. So if you want to trade VanEck, I was just in and out of this. I actually caught that little pop, right? So this right down here, right, would be just put an alert on it. I'm going to do it, right? I'll trade this again. It was good to me the first time I was in here. I know why I sold it. Golden zone, golden zone. There's never been a video, a live stream, any content I've ever produced on any assets that doesn't have this over and over and over and over again. There it is again. Okay, 1, 2. All right, let's see what happens. Right? Do we get this to hold? Can we get it here? We don't know if it's going to be here, 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 but I'll take those odds any day. All right, thanks for that one. Who gave me that one? Oh, Ben B. Okay, all right, so I got Dr. Alban is giving me a linear chart for Bitcoin. Okay, linear chart. So I don't know if you mean linear as in you're giving me a line chart or you're giving me, what do you mean by that? Oh, you're trading on BingX, huh? All right, let's just say, I'm not sure what he means by linear. It's not a line chart. It's not a logarithmic chart. Maybe he means arithmetic? I'm not sure what he means. This is a good one, this RSI with divergence, right? It's kind of nice. Let's get this one up here. All right, okay. All right, so this is actually... Well, the only difference between this and our first guy, hang on, what was it, Major David? Major David, right? First Major David is that we got the W here, right? So we go A, B, C, A, B, C. What does he got there? He's got an A there. So A, B, C. Okay, well, hang on. Let's see if I can do it his way. This is how Dr. Alban is doing it. Okay, so he's putting it here, right? So this would be A, B, pardon me. A, B, C, it's a little skinny. I guess you could do the 1, 2 there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So that flies. A, B, C, right? It's pretty much whether you're truncating here or not, right? You can do this a couple of different ways. Got a C here, so that's the B. So we got A, B, C of X, right? So it's W, X, A, B, C, right? So we're all kind of ending up in the same spot, right? Whether the only question is, right, Major David proposed that we completed and we're working on the 2, implying that we're likely to see a deeper correction, right? So here's an obvious target. Unmitigated order flow, right? Obvious target down here. Just a quick adjustment here. It does feel like a 4, right? Now, you know, how do we, objectively say that? Well, okay, right. So it's more just what's the price action like? We're just stuck in this range, right? We had a few sweeps, right? Sweep, but it sure has a feel of a 4, right? We're not progressing the trend, right? We have a trend, we're not progressing it, right? It's often how you can identify the 4. Okay, right. So if we're looking for a 2, right, we're expecting this much deeper, right? We got unmitigated order flow galore down here, right? So this is all bullish order flow, untapped, right? Untapped. So if we're going to do the full Monty here of, you know, from high to low, and we're coming down here, 28, God, but that freaked the market out. God, I'd be mortgaging my house to buy some. No, I wouldn't really, but as far as you know, I wouldn't. Okay, right. So we're kind of waiting for something here. My view is we're not going to do anything till we get through the election. We need regulation. We need to know, you know, who's driving. So it could be just kind of a boring way. Well, it's not that much longer. We got 2 months, right? Could you see it just stalling here for 2 months? Oh, I certainly could. I like your thinking, Dr. Alban. We're coming down here for the C, right? The suggestion would be, per his count, that this is all part of a 4. And we're do something like this. All right, so this just, you know, at some point that's likely to get tapped. So we shall see, right, if it happens sooner or later. This just feels like a 4, right? So kind of lean into that. But the trade, what you see, not what you think. What do we see? I see complexity here. That's the one thing that we can say here, and then we can look at each of these and say, okay, what can I objectively say, right? I don't get a new high here. I get a new low. Again, I don't get a new high here. I get a new low. Again, I don't get a new high. Right? So once we start doing this, all of a sudden, right, that bullish enthusiasm, oh, lower high, lower low, lower high, lower. Now, what am I getting here? Where's the liquidity, right? If it's going to get external liquidity, it's right here, right? Did we get any internal here? Well, we got probably a little supply zone there, right? We're going down here. At some point here, we're going to need a higher high. Until we get that path of least resistance, right? Again, it's not rocket science. Here's the high, lower high, lower high, lower low, lower high. It's not that hard to come up with a thesis here. We're drifting lower. Until then, right? Path of least resistance is lower per the swing structure. Right? Something is going to have to sweep and change that, right? You're gonna get. I mean, this was a good candidate. We didn't get anything bullish here. We got that 3, right? I said this on Friday. I saw some really talented eliticians trying to turn this into something bullish. Like, oh. Then of course you start to think to yourself, what am I missing? What? How? What? Right? How would you even do that? Right? That you're going to do a 3 here, followed by a 3, followed by a 3. There's a lot of projection here. You're going to do a diag here because you started with a 3. I think that was some hope. Yeah, I was shocked by some of the people I saw with that count. People I respect, right? But I don't know, right? Everybody fucks up. I got Dr. Alban. Okay, CN Salazar. Oh, he wants Apple. Oh, we haven't looked at that for a while. Well, here, I can just do it right here. Apple. Okay. Oh, Apple's not an easy one. Well, okay, so what makes Apple a little tricky right there? Right, whoa, what is, oh. X? Right, looks like, is this, fuck. All right, so first, let's just start, okay, where's Al? Is he here? It's not perfect yet. I don't need to be, I don't need to be in log scale. There it is, I thought Al was in there. I don't need to be in log scale there. Okay, well, there's Al right there. Our friend Al Go. Boom, boom, retrace, right? Okay, is the Elliott count there that fits, right? That would make sense? Well, this was, I gotta go back a ways. Well, oh, that's not COVID, right? This is COVID. Well, no matter how you slice it, right? We could all agree that's a 3, right? So, right, we can lower low, right? Remember, From every launch point, there's always going to be a sweep, and then we go. Just like from every sell-off, there's going to be a sweep, right? Breakout traders, right? They provide the liquidity. If you don't know where the liquidity is, you are likely to be the liquidity. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, maybe. What would that suggest? Okay, if we complete an impulse here, and this is the 2, all right, whoa. All right, is this going to be 3? Probably not. Now, they have a new cycle. I know this because I'm rocking the 13. I'm waiting for the 16. So I'm patiently waiting for the new release, for the new phones. All right, so what do we got here? All right, can we do it this way? A little front run on the 50. Was there a liquidity sweep? Yes. No, I think I showed this last week, right? It's here, it's here, it's here. You can say it's here. Here, right? Before it pushes, right? It grabs liquidity and goes, right? That's what gives it the fuel. Okay, so what do we got here? Is that going to be the 3? Could be. Where are we typically looking for a 3, right? We'd look for it at the 1618. So, all right, looks like that could be complete. What's the first thing you're going to do? Right? Check the retracement. All right, so, well, part of the reason you're doing that is because, oh, wait, fuck, is that a 4? Oh. Looks like it's a little bit deep for a 4. I'm not saying it couldn't be, but now this is getting more bullish. Right, based on our approach to it. Okay. 1, 2. Good candidate for a 2. Big fair value. Yep. Oh, shit. Let's put that on there. I like this one. Inverse with rejections. I don't always use the inverse. All right, so we see the big fair value gap right here, right? So we got right to the edge of it here. There's probably a little demand zone right here. This little bump right there, some demand. All right, so we got through the order block, came back the other direction. Or excuse me, through the fair value gap. Well, that looks like a 3, 4, 5, right? So odds are it looks pretty good there for a 1. Now, okay, could this be WX? Well, ABC would be your first thought, right? So you don't need to go there yet, right? So right now, okay, can we label it? Well, looks like we do it this way. We do it this way. Well, let's keep that. Let's put it in something bright like yellow, right? Okay, so I got a candidate for a 1. Pretty big 3 relative to the 1, but I don't have much else to work with down here. Okay. What's that going to be? Again, process of elimination, right? This is the advantage of Elliott Wave over everything else, right? If not this, then that. It's not likely, but no, let's see. Let's go to a 4-hour here. Could this be a 3, 4, 5, and there's another leg to go? Well, that wouldn't be bad news necessarily, but does that what it looks like? Do we have even a good 1, 2 here? Okay, you make a case for it. All right, let's see if we can label it, right? It doesn't hurt to label it. Okay, it's a 3, oh fuck, 3, 4, 5, 2, 3, 4. That could fly. Something in here, right? Where's the 4, right? Where do we stall and we don't progress the trend? So reasonable, right here that we're in the, fuck, we could squabble over which one of the pivots, right? But it looks like, okay, I got a candidate. All right, what are we anticipating next? Something down here, right, where we got that fair value gap down there as well. We got a pretty clear A, B, C. Let's get you right on the pivot. Let's take you up. Let's go to micro. 1, 2. It's a 5. Looks a bit like the broader market, right? Is it? Although there's another little hitch in the. Oh, that's a double. Phew, that's a little tricky in there actually, because we get a double here. I'm gonna have to push this over. Complex 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's not a great finish. All right, so it's a little suspect up here, but there's no reason to assume anything other than correction before we go up again. Okay, where do we want to buy? Right? Down here, discount. But what if it goes right now? What if it does? So what? Okay, what would it be? Oh, shallow 2. Well, we're not going to do this in a straight line. Right? If you miss it here because it doesn't come down here because you were exercising your discipline, your patience, and your consistency of not buying in the premium, you wait for it to get in the discount. Oh, shit, I missed it. Okay, you're going to get a 2 here. You don't think you'll get the same thing, the same opportunity here to buy it in the discount? Well, you're buying it here to here, right? Is that going to ruin your year? No. 2. If you miss it, you wait for the next opportunity to buy it at a discount. 1, 2, right? Odds are, right? If you're disciplined, you'll wait. Why would you not wait? Why would you not wait? A little FOMO. Oh, fuck, it's going. Oh, it's going. Oh, I know it's going now. That's the B, right? It's the sucker. It's the sucker. And then even worse, right? If it sweeps the high, well, then they're convinced, right? But not now. Odds are very high that all that happened here is this was a liquidity grab, right? We grab the external liquidity and then take it down, right? And the breakout traders get bent over yet again. All right, that's a pretty good look at Apple, I think. So just waiting here for this. Right, waiting, patiently, waiting, displaying your discipline, consistency, and patience. Man, I can really milk that one today. Okay, CN Salazar gave me that one. Now, okay, well, I got to say this right. Holly Life, like holiday. He corrected me because I didn't know if it was holy or holly. So he gave me a nice little smiley face. It's Holly, not holy. Holly Life. Good. All right, I prefer it that way. Okay, right. So I got Holly Life is giving me. Okay, this is you can call me Al. Oh, it's a good one. CN Salazar, the number of people viewing that would know that reference, I bet it's less than 2. Anyone who knows that reference to CN Salazar, you post it what that's from. I'm going to bet you not even 2 can get it. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I draw the old crowd. Okay, let's see. So this is Holly Life is giving me Cardano. Now I got to warn you guys, this is a white screen. So be prepared. Get your shades on. White screen. I'm going to get Holly Life to change his color palette. At least soften it a little bit. Holy fuck, that is just so bright. Okay, so he's giving me Cardano right now. He's not applying Elliott Wave, but that's all right. It's not a requirement, right? If it's not helping you, don't use it. But he's got market dump. Okay, so he's working. What are we doing here? He's looking for a fib level flip, all right? So it's a little bit market structure and geometry. So let me, oh God, it is a bad looking chart. That's clearly a 3. Okay, so let me, oh God, that's just brutal. Okay, so let me bring up ADA. And let's go to crypto, and let's go to our new sponsor here that we like them here, so we want to promote them because we like them. So let's use the Tether. Cardano. Okay, so let's go out. What did he give me? He gave me a 1 hour here. So, but let's start. All right. So, sometimes we have to do this here. What did he give me? He gave it to me on Bybit. All right. So let me split it here so I can get the full history. Okay. So, oh shit. All right. We'll leave that over there. Let's do it this way. ADA. And let's go to all, and he gave it to me on Bybit. Oh, fuck. Bybit. Okay, so this is the one he gave me. Okay, right, so which I only do because, remember, Blowfin only made it to TradingView in January. Right, which is no small task, right, because I've had many exchanges reach out to us, reach out to me, right, but they want to kind of partner with us. If they're not on TradingView, I can't work with you. Okay, so I'm out on the daily. All right, a couple of quick things, right? Something I always like to do is just wick off the absolute low of the range, just to kind of keep an eye on it. Is that reasonable? Let's just look here. Okay, first, do I need to be in log? Well, if I'm going to work on this entire range, yes. But if I'm going to focus over here, perhaps not, right? Log is a pain in the ass. I'd rather not be in log. Is there any question about the count here? We can probably all agree we've got an impulse. Now remember, he gave me the 60-minute. So we're going to get there, right? So bear with me. Holly Life. Oh, God, that is just... That's pretty disappointing. Okay, well, we've got this zone here. Just got tagged here, right? So the down before the up. You can work the whole zone. Can we get through? Can we get through? Oh, we're through. See, boy, you had a good, it looked like you had it here. 1, 2, 3, A, B, C, D, E, 4. Right, it looked like it was there, right? Let's lower this down a little bit. Now here you have to do this way right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3. It looks like it's a pure triangle here, because it's one of those when if you don't know what it is, probably a triangle. I take that back, right? You might have to do it this way. 3, 4, 5 to get that 5. So you do this as a WXY, ABC, 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 right? Fuck, it doesn't matter, right? So we're going to come down here. We get a low. We had a candidate. Doesn't happen. You would have had to have done that, right? Just to be consistent here, you'd have had to have been doing that this way. A, B, C. And that's kind of a stretch. Kind of a stretch. Right? That's a little bit of bull goggles, right? So you're looking for a way to make that bullish. Okay, well, right now, if we're done here, what are our options? If this is A, I'm just going to float that, right? Because one possibility here, of course, looking at this, right? That's for this A to that doesn't look very good. That could be A, B. We'd need another kick here. We may not get it. I'm going to go ahead and label this. Five. I don't like that. 1, it looks like a 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It looks like a 5. So I'm reluctant to do that here. So bottom line here, I don't like what I'm seeing at all. So what? So all right, let's look in there. Okay, knowing that the algo and the market makers, right? They're looking for liquidity. Well, where are they going to get it? Well, they got some right here. They got this. All right, they grabbed here. Well, if they're going to get some here, you got this unmitigated zone here. It looks like it got tapped, right? Didn't quite get 50. Almost. Oh, that's mighty close. Right, that's perhaps a little front run. It looks like that's Al. And it's just a wick that goes through, right? So what are they doing? They're running the liquidity there. As they tap this. All right. Well, all right. So here, okay, we can kind of all agree, I think, that that's a 3. All right, so do you understand? See, some people look at this and they go, God, what a pain in the ass. Why do I have to label all this shit? Can't I just draw some lines and some boxes? Well, yeah, you can. We just propose to you, if you're willing to put a little more work into it, just a little bit, right? Just, you're supposed to be here to make money. You thought this was going to be easy? No, this is going to require some work and some trial and error and getting stopped out a lot, and some screen time and, consistency, persistence, discipline, right? I'm going to milk that all day long. That, okay, it gives you an extra sense of conviction because I've got a system with which to organize the chaos. Otherwise, it's just, fuck, I don't know. All right, let's buy it. It's an organized way to deal with the price action. with chart relationships between swings that have gotten, 95 years of history. Precedent. How about we use that word? We've got 95 years of precedent. Yeah, but the new shit is, it's easier. Is it? I don't know that it is, right? You're still going to have to study it. I keep my eye and ear to the ground as to anything that's new or that I haven't been exposed to, because God knows I don't know everything. I had some very good mentors that taught, this is what they taught me, right? So this is what I taught, right? What I teach, trying to pay it forward. Okay, so what are we doing down here? A, B, nope, doesn't work. A, B, triangle, doesn't work. So this is a hurry up and I don't know what the fuck. So why force anything here? There's no need to. There's no reason to. You need to get, so if you're bull, right? I'm assuming, I always assume, right, that people that come to us because they're looking for a bullish cap. Most people, if they're in crypto, they're looking for upside, not downside. Now, not always, right? If you're, down trading on you're Deegan trading on every swing, but for the people that are drawn here for longer term technical analysis, for longer term potential, usually, right, with more upside. So they're bulls, right? So I try and kind of look at it through that lens. But I'm trying to find a reason to be, shit, I'm long here. I'm long in Cardano, but I'm not selling it. I'm not in leverage here. I'm just, got plenty of spot, but I'm not particularly worried about it. How worried can I be? There's zero. They're going to go under? Maybe. That going to ruin my year? No. Because I'm not all in one. Well, here I digress, right? So again, I get a 3, I get a new low, right? I've swept the low here. Is this liquidity grab? Maybe, but before I do anything, you're going to have to prove it to me. You're going to have to get up and get out of here. Is this liquidity here? Maybe. What about this, right? That's already been swept, but I didn't get a new high here. So, am I going to get a new low? There's no reason to force a trade here. None. Zero. Zip. Next chart. Wait, right? What patience, consistency, discipline. All right. Ben B giving me another one here. Copy link, right? So let's get back over that one. I'm going to leave here. What do we got? What's over? Oh, shit. Sorry. White screen coming at you in a second. Okay. So this is Bunge Limited. Fuck. Bunge Limited. Bunge Limited. Are they selling bungee cords? Can't be. Bunge Limited. God, I'm going to have to look that up. Confused here. Okay. Well, that makes two of us. What just happened there? Okay. Confused here. Well, that makes sense. Okay. Let me just do a little bit here. That's a little too tight for this degree. Let's get, if we want to put a movie. When you go out to a daily, put the God MA on, or Vegas Wave. The Vegas Wave and the God MA, they'll be right on top of each other, right? So I've taken to using the God MA just because it frees up a little chart real estate. Okay. Well, so why would he be confused here? Let's leave that over here. Because it looks like a 5, right? Okay, well, does this fit here as a 2? Could it? Well, yeah, it looks like it could. 1, 2. Well, here's one of those. Again, it's not going to be perfect relationships every time. Where else are you going to put your 2, right? You're kind of stuck with that. But it's tiny little 1, 2 compared to the rest of it. Okay, that's not the end of the world. It's not like it doesn't happen. All right, so again, there's a consistency of approach, right? This is our edge. Same approach every time, every asset. Doesn't matter if I'm looking at a daily or a 1 second. It's the same thing over and over and over again. Okay, right, so I can see clearly I got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? With no dispute about that. Clearly I've got a 3 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like I got a 5 there. And there's the subdivision here in the C wave is good, right? So I get... Note what happens here, right? Always look for this. What happened there, right? Liquidity was taken, right? And then what after that, right? You'll find it's very consistent, right? You'll almost always see it. They're going to grab liquidity before they go higher. 1, 2, 3. Well, that's a fucker. You kind of stuck with that one. Shallow, right? Shallow. Okay, so what's the issue here? Let's dig in there. So this is God, I'm dying to know what Bunge Limited does. Okay, do we have an impulse here? It certainly looks like it. Okay, let's label it to get a start on it. Looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, that's well, how do we know it? Right, good measure that it's a 4, right? We don't progress the trend. Sideways. Probably have to do this as WXY because you've got a 3 that finishes it there. Okay, so this looks like it's earnings, something's earnings, right? So that's earnings related. Surprise, right? All right, so thus, down we go. So you have to factor that in, right? Okay, well, so we're breaking the pattern here. Well, maybe, right? So that looks like what are you going to call that? Oh, shit. Can we go to 60? Oh, you got a true double up here, which is annoying, but you get them. Is it? Do we sweep that? No, didn't get it. I mean, it's, Jesus, can't get much closer. So I know what Ben's looking at here, right? It's like, oh fuck, I thought I was supposed to get a 3 here. Well, I wouldn't be so sure to say you don't, right? Something like this might be what you'd be looking for. You got, of course, you're gonna have big gaps here. So just to kind of get a view of it, right? So you're right, you're gonna fill in the gaps here, but the A, the B, and the C would make sense here. I wouldn't just ignore this, right? You're going to have to, right? The market doesn't like to leave those. A, B, actually, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Looks like an A. Well, okay, so same again, right before they launch, right? They're going to grab liquidity. Always, always, always. So we got a liquidity grab here. Up we go. Now we've got all this imbalance here. So let's, what's he got over here? Let's put our inverse on there. Just saves me having to do it. All right, so we got one here. We got one here. Where's the trade, right? So you might look at this and say, okay, well, I can look at the range here. Again, I don't mean to insult anyone's intelligence here. What are we looking for here? Buys or sells? Just off of, if that's my range on a 60-minute, right? Obviously, we'd be looking for buys. So we want to be buying in the discount and selling in the premium. So if you wanted to trade, now remember, right? If you're in our purple belt, we're going to let you trade that. Trade the C, not the B. Oh, I suppose you could trade the C of the B, right? If you wanted to get really down and dirty with it. You got a little fair value gap here, so there's not a lot to do here other than kind of wait. Can I get something like that? To get into the C, right, where I could sell it. We're going all the way back to, right, so if we go all the way back to where we started, where it's a little confusing. Is the 2 in? Or are we doing something more complex here? And this is going to be reworked. A, B, so this would have to be down. Oh, fuck, what are we going to do? A, B, C. So we might have to go W, X, Y, although this, you could probably do it. A, This would have to be your X. So this would have to be A. Ah, fuck, that's not a great looking B. Well, right now, I don't think you need to move it there yet. Right, so I would stick with that if I'm trading this until I sweep this low. Well, here's another, right? I would look for that. What happens there? If we're going to come that low, we get the bullish order flow down before we go up. So I would kind of keep an eye on that, right? What happens down here? If it, the point being down here, we're looking to be buyers, right? We're in the discount. We're trying to trade it up into the C. We're from the C. Okay, what are we doing here? Because this doesn't look like it's complete. It looks like you've, let's go to finish it here. This looks like it's A, B, C. Let's put that in white. Here. Right, A, B, C. We come down here and test this and challenge this low here for the 2. I'd stay on the long side here, right? So because this is such a good 5, right? And this, while it's a little bit funky, right, that we're going to have a lower or a higher low here than this, it's not like it doesn't happen. Bullish for the time being, right? Just based off of where you are in the PDRA, right, in the premium discount, I'd stay bullish there, but I'd be real concerned about, you know, I wouldn't assume that we're going to just launch here. Right, that's hopium. I'd assume we're going to do that, or at least challenge this low. If not, okay, well, A, B, C. I can't take out that low, or pardon me, I can't take out this low here. So this can go 1, A, B, C. We can come all the way down here. Pardon me, my bad. We can't take out that low. Let's make it right. That's the one that would. Oh fuck me. Come here. Right, we can't take out this. This would be invalidation if this is a 1, A, B, C. We can come right down here, but we got to hold that. And what's really driving that whole analysis there is this 5. Right, that's what's driving. That's what's driving your thought process here. That's a 5. That's a 5, right? So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I've got, right, we begin and we end in 5s, right? I've got a good candidate here for an ending. I've got a good candidate for a beginning. Why do I assume anything else? I don't, right? If I'm going to trade this, I assume that this is a 1 and I'm working on the 2, right? Right, anything else is you're just winging it, right? There's no consistency to your approach. Remember, patience, discipline, consistency. There's no consistency if you just go, oh fuck it, all right, I'm gonna buy it. That's trading because you're bored or FOMO or whatever it may be. Okay, did I get everybody here? Bunge. All right, so I got Holly Life. Oh shit, I'm gonna see here. He's giving me. Hang on. All right, well, I got a white browser coming at you. White background. What is it? TRB to the USDT. Okay. Again, he's heavy on geometry, fibs, some moving averages. Oh shit. TRB USDT. Okay, I can't handle that. White screen. Okay, so let's go over here and let's get rid of that one. So on this, I'm going to go TRB USDT. Do I have that on? Oh, here, let's do finance. See what I do. Oh, Jesus Christ. Did you really give me that? Is that possible? That's not what you gave me, is it? Oh, fuck, it is what you gave me. Okay, well, pump. Oh, come on. Is that seriously what happened? Did we go to 627? Well, Holly Life, the problem with that is it's so distorted. Okay, well, so we got to go into log scale. All right, what can we make heads or tails of this? Well, right off the bat here is, I mean, I can't not see them, right? That looks like we're stuck with that. 5s and 3s. Here's the low of the whole sequence, right? So is this? I might even do it this way, right? So this is the low, right? So this is just a sweep. I mean, it is the low, but I don't want to go 1, 2. God, can you even do that? You could actually. Oh, here, I'm going to do this real quick so I don't lose it. Okay, so let's go to a 4 hour. Can I get a 5 in there? I have to do a diag too. I can't actually, right? So because, oh, maybe I can, hang on. Let's make this just no X, right? Well, you could probably do it as an ABC here. So let's see if we can make that work. Excuse me. 1, 2, 3, 4. I have to do it that way. A, B, C. You got to put the, well, yeah, you need that one too, right? So to make it A, B, C, right, that's how you're going to have to do it. So it's going to have to be a series of 3. So this has to be A, B, C. Come here. A, B, C to get that 5, right? So that you'd have to have that overlap here. Okay, sorry. So can we do that? That's kind of crazy. Let's get that. 1, 2, right? Does it matter? Right? It's kind of half the battle, right? Does it matter? Well, if this is the 1, it might have some significance. Come here. Okay, right, so we overlap. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, okay, if it's a can't say I love it. We could, if it's a triangle, we might be able to get away with this. Right, as long as the terminus of 4 here doesn't overlap the proposed 1 here. So let's see if we can make this fly. 3, 4, 5. Oh, fuck me, come here. Let's put it in white. Now this is a little bit of an Elliott shuffle right here. I mean, is it hopium? You'd need this to come up a little further. All right, and the E has to hold right above this pivot. Maybe, right, you're getting a triangle like this. Maybe. It's kind of gnarly to do it this way. That E, if it stays above there, you could probably get away with that. Okay, where's the 2? All right, so then let's not forget, right? What the next thing we're going to do is measure. If that's the 2, here's a full impulse. Coincidence? You know, it's the leading question, right? Obviously not. Looks like you got, this is untapped. But you can't, if this E can't, we can't come down here, right? That would invalidate it here. The 4 has to stay above this pivot, right? So it has to stay here, right? So you can, again, that's the power of Elliott Wave, right? You can look at this and say, well, if it's not that, then it's this. If this holds, if it holds, then I've got a good candidate here to go up and get that. Candidate, just that. Kind of a wacky chart. I can't say I love the 1, 2 here, but you know, it's valid. This is a little funky, but you could probably get away with it, right? It's probably valid. 1, well, you can look here. Okay, it's funky, but it's a 3. Right, it's a 3 all day. That's a 5. Well, I don't think we have any dispute about that. Now, what are we doing here? Is it 1, 2, 1, 2? Well, then you'd be back here going, okay, no, fuck this, right? You'd be ignoring this. Say, oh, it starts here, right? Because that's better for me. 1, 2. I'm not saying we couldn't end up with that. that this was, you know, just a wick grab down here. But as it sits, I mean, the low is the low, right? So that's a higher low, and I got an impulse that comes off of it. So I wouldn't abandon this until I was forced to, until this whole high breaks. Then I'd be back here thinking, okay, well, it's not going to be a diag because I've got a rip roaring impulse right in the middle of it. So what's the alternative? 1 2, 1 2 1 2, right? Then it's, remember, whenever you're doing that 1 2, before you get disappointed, realize it's more bullish. If this is 1 2 and 3 is yet to come, that's more bullish than if this is 1 2 3 4 5, right? The upside is bigger. So if you're trading in, I don't even know what TRB is. I don't care. Again, I don't care what it is. It makes zero difference to me. 0 0 0. They all move the same way. Okay, so how am I doing on time? Oh shit, I got, let's see here. Anybody requests? You can call me out. Dwayne Miller got it, but he didn't know which song it was, or who it's by. You can call me Al. CN Salazar, he must be as old as I am. Okay, hang on. I had a few from X last week here. Let's take a look at, let's just do them right here. JASMY, this I have this somewhere, but fuck, I won't be able to find it. JASMY. Do I have them on? Oh yeah, I do have them. Here we go. Blowfan, right? It's our new sponsor, right? So we love them. Okay, right? So do I have any issues here? Is this hard to figure out? No. Actually, the one thing with inverse here, I don't want them extended. No, I don't. They aren't extended, right? So these are still here. I know that Elliott Wave 5s and 3 stuff is your grandfather's TA. I know. That shit's not around anymore. Okay, what are we anticipating here? I got, now you do have to double check here. Looking at the history, I don't think there is a lot more history. JASMY. Oh, let's go over to Coinbase here. Yeah, there is. Oh, there is. There's a lot more. Okay, right. So let's go back to the daily. Now, would it matter? Right, we're still looking at the. Well, it would matter actually. So now let's look at it here. 1 2 3 4 5. All right, so that's the downside of working with newer exchange in terms of what you can chart on TradingView. Okay, I like to wick off the low, right? So just like the one we were just looking at. Oh God, it's beautiful here. Do I have to use this? Well, why would you not use it? Well, it's awfully close to the low, right? And it's more convenient here. So, but it matters because why does it matter? It matters based on what we're anticipating here, the depth of this retracement, right? That's why it matters, right? There's no disputing what we have here. No, I don't think anyone's going to dispute that we have just a fucking, like, can't Photoshop it, can't make it any prettier. Everything you're looking for. Big extension in the third, sideways in the fourth, right? We don't progress the trend, boom, up we go for the 5, right? Clear impulse off of a 1 2. Just out of curiosity, right? I always do these. Say, well, how are they trading? Okay, right. So I got 227, right? It's not right on the bang, right on the 1618, but I wouldn't be surprised if this one is. Pretty good. A little wiki here as we hit that 4. Where do we anticipate the 4? Right? See, there's a consistency here that. Right, where's the highest probability location for a 4? Right, between the 23 and the 38. There we are, right there in the pocket of a consolidation before we go higher. What happens at the again? It's just sometimes I feel like I'm repeating myself because I am. Okay, what happens here? Right, remember before they go higher, what are they going to do? That's a tiny one, but it's there. Sweep it. that would be a liquidity grab, right? So grab it and go. Looks like you had Al in here. There he is, right there. First target. Had a ripper there. Got the big target here, but that didn't go to the 50. So you've got a pretty good looking scenario here. What do we got? A, B. Okay, let's get it in context. Where are we looking for the 4? Let's just do it this way. It's just to declutter the chart. Whoops. Okay, somewhere in this pocket, right? If it's not going to, if we don't know, here we are between 23 and 38. Again, that looks like Al again. Bet it is. There he is. Oh, Jesus Christ, look at that. I don't know how many times I have to show it before you guys are going to start paying attention. That's to the tick, right? It's tick to tick, right? That's just a little wick that got through. Boom, right? Can't make that shit up. I cannot do it. A, B, what are we doing? It's not a 1. That's going to be a little bit of a struggle in there because that looks like you got a 5. Well, that would have been disappointing, but that would have, well, you might have thought that. It looks like triangle B, A, B, C. Oh. Well, that's a little discouraging there. Here's the little wick that popped it. Oh, what's our alternate here? Well, we still, right, so what it looks to me like we've completed, right? So let's label it. Now, do we know that's going to hold? Definitely not. We do not know. We know it's technical. We know that's a golden zone, and we know just as you're going to start to, you see this everywhere, right? Sweep at the high, right? So it's always a sweep before, right? So you can say this is the sweep of this. Now, are they going to sweep down here? Well, that would be a target. You got this swept here, and it's just over and over and over again. That sweeps there. Now, what are we doing down here? Well, the most bullish scenario here would be this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? That we want A, B, C. Let's go to a 4-hour. See if that plays. Let's label it. And you can always, all right? Always move them if you need to. Now, right, so this becomes the key pivot. All right, oops. All right, can we hold above? Because that is definitely a liquidity, potentially a liquidity grab. Let's just call it a swing low, right? So can we hold above this? Well, this is going to need to get legs here. Well, what can you say, right? So again, kind of back to some of the themes we've been using today. Okay, where would I be buying? Discount of the discount, right? If you cut it in half and then cut it in half again, you're in the discount of the discount. Where's my stop? You could nibble here. Well, look at your risk reward, right? I mean, it's not, you're not, I mean, you could, that's going to get a 3. You know, you have to use the pivot, right? Even if they come down and sweep it and go higher, well, you're going to have to take it, because otherwise, what are you going to do? Oh, let's lower it. That's how you get yourself in trouble. Oh, well, I can't use that. It's too obvious a target. No, that's the wrong way to think of it, right? Discipline, right? Okay, so what do I got here? 14 to 1. All right, do I know I'm going to get 14 to 1? No, let's use that. Well, even more so, right? Where I can see right here, this is untapped, right? So this is potentially what I have there. That's 5 to 1. But if I do this, oh shit, 2 to 1. Okay, it's not the end of the world, but you're just kind of making shit up. Oh, 1, well, it can't be the 2. Right? Do you see what I mean? Like the rules and guidelines, you're just going, oh, fuck them. They're annoying. I want to buy this. Well, I'm not saying don't. I'm just saying if you do that, you're making shit up. You're just improvising, right? And that's a good way to lose a lot of money. Here, let's do it this way. Let's do this from the low. Right, where's the POC? All of this suggesting, okay, where's the value area, right? We're stuck in value. Right, well, obviously, right, here's the POC, right? So here's where everybody's in agreement. Okay, it's fairly priced here. It's fairly priced here. Oh, we're a little underpriced, a little overpriced. I mean, always, right? You have all the tools, right, to make an educated decision, right? Do I want this trade? Do I want it? Well, here's my stop. Do I want to trade with leverage or not? Okay, well, do the math. If I get tagged here, you know, what's the impact to my account? It's, you know, it's not that hard to do. Do I have the low here? I don't know. Do I have a candidate for a low? Definitely. What's the alternative? Well, I was a little scared of it here, so if I'm going to wait for them to see if they sweep that low. If they do, right, the count changes. Can't be 1-2. Now, what are you stuck with? Oh, now you're probably looking at WXY. If not this, then that. Right? Do you follow that thinking? Right? It can't be a 1-2. Right? Now here still, well, maybe, right? Maybe that's a little bullish hopium there. Maybe, right? But if it's coming down here, oh, does that ruin my count? Does that ruin my long-term count? Do I have to go, oh, fuck, I was completely wrong about this impulse? No, of course not. Right? It just means that, oh, whoops, I'm going to get a deeper correction, right? We can come down to the 40 easily, right? We're good all the way to this pivot, right? So we could go well below the golden zone. The reason I on a wave 4 I stop at the 50 is because we don't really want a wave 4 going that deep, right? It reduces the probability, it increases the probability if you get a fifth that's going to be a double or a truncated. We want it to really, you want it to hold the 38, right? For that push to the new one. So that's the only reason to sit here and go, okay, could it be here? Could be 1, 2. If it's not there, could it be here? Well, then it's WX, right? That's kind of a skinny X, right? Which would be a little bit abnormal, but okay, it's not like it doesn't happen. Okay, I'm coming in for the Y here. Same process. What am I looking for? Right? Something like this. Because if it's an X, I need an ABC, right? And I need 5 in that C to come to the Y to get it here. What am I going to do when I get here? Say, oh, okay, well, what do I want to pick the turn? Maybe, maybe not. What do I have any unmitigated order flow? No, that's been tapped. Looks like that's been tapped. Right? That's been fully tapped. Right? They got the 50. Look at that. Look at that. It's 50 to the tick. Where they go, right? So this doesn't need to be tapped. Algo's done its job here. So if we're going lower, we're talking about imbalances, right? So now, like, oh fuck. Looks like maybe this is a 1-2. Right? There's a whole process, a thought process that goes with if not this, then that, right? If it's not a 4, what's the alternative? If it's not a 4, what's the alternative? 1, 2, 1, 2. Right? It's, again, as I was saying before, it's more bullish. Now that would be surprising. But what if we do this? There's no what to do. There's no, oh, fuck, what do I do now? That's out of that. You remove that, oh, fuck, I don't know what to do. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. Right? You only have one. Well, again, assuming you're applying Elliott Wave here, you only have one option. Only one. Right? That's the beauty of it, right? So this is what most people miss about Elliott Wave. Is that decision-making matrix, right, is guiding you. If it's not a 4, it's going to be a 2 because this is not in dispute. This is not in dispute as an impulse. So what do we anticipate? After an impulse, right, we anticipate, well, shit, that very easily could retrace to a 50 or a golden zone. Then it's a 2. It's more bullish, right? 1, 2, 1, 2 is much more bullish than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3. Pardon me, wrong one. That's even higher. 3, 4, 5 of 5. Right? You just got more bullish. So don't cry or don't go, oh fuck, I'm moving my stop. Don't do that. Don't be that guy. I promise you'll regret it. Right? If you do that, you're not exercising patience, discipline, and consistency. You're winging it because you didn't want to get stopped out. Nobody likes it, but you have to get over that, right? You have to accept it. You're going to be wrong. You're going to get stopped out way more than you're not. If you can't make peace with that, you're in the wrong, whatever you want to call this, right? Whether it's your business, your hobby, your passion, your diversification, whatever you want to call it, right? But if you're putting money at risk, you better take it seriously. You can't just get in here and just wing it. You don't have to pick our approach technically, but at least pick one and then exercise patience, discipline, consistency. Right? Thanks to Major David for that. All right, gave me a theme for the whole thing. All right, I guess I'm out of time, right? 1:37. I am out of time. Okay, guys. Did I mention we still have our deal going on? I should probably mention that one last time here. Everything's 50% off. I don't know if I can get my fucking site to load. Maybe I can't. Oh, well, okay. Well, there you go. All right, so the links are underneath, right? You can just go to TradeDevils.com, right? Everything's on half price. I think we'll run this for the end of the week. All right, that's all I got. Hope you get a little nugget or two from these. Thanks to all the members that posted. I'm going to a wedding this weekend, so I'm traveling on Friday. So it'll likely be one of my team will do it on Friday, and then I'll be back next week. Thanks to all of you guys for hanging out with us. Again, I hope it's time well spent, and we'll catch you